Hello flag football coaches and football players. Today I'm going to show you some 6-on-6 RPO flag football plays. Let's get down to the clipboard and let's check these out. So this first play is going to be for the medium yardage. The last play today, however, is going to be a longer yardage play. This first play is going to be having player 2. He's going to be cutting inwards on the 5-yard line, and then he's going to be cutting straight out towards the sideline. Player 5 now is also going to be cutting out straight up about 5, 10, 15 yards depending on the age group of this team, and he's going to be cutting out 45-degree angles towards the sideline. Now when either of these players hit the sideline, I want them to go straight up the field. Next, we're going to be having player 6. He is going to be curling out towards the right sideline at roughly the 5 to 10 yard range. And again, player 4 is going to be going up 5, 10, 15 yards depending on the age. And he's going to be cutting out 45-degree angles towards the right sideline. Meanwhile, what we're going to be having and what our number one option is player 1 to either cut out and go up the right hash marks, or what we would like to see him do when he hits those right hash marks is to hit up player 3 with a pass who is curling around where player 1 was and where he is running. And we can have player 1 pass him the ball and he can go and sneak up the left hash mark line. Now this next play, what I'm going to show you is having player 3. He is going to start by running up 5 yards, and he's going to be cutting inwards 45-degree angle towards the center of the field. Next, we're going to have player 4 cutting and curling at the 5-yard mark. We're going to be having player 5 cut left at a 45-degree angle until he gets to the 5-yard line. He's going to be then cutting downfield towards the 10 to 15 yards. So he's going to be running 10 to 15 yards. And then what's going to happen is he's going to be cutting out left towards the sideline. Meanwhile, player 2 is going to be running straight downfield. And we're going to be having player 1 running out towards this left side. And one of two things can happen. We're going to be having player 2. He's going to be cutting across right towards the point, right towards where the quarterback is. And then he's going to be curling out. What's going to happen now is player 2 could get that handoff if you're allowed to do handoffs in your league. If they're not, then what can happen is he can be running across that line. He can take a step back. Player 1 can then pass him the ball, and player 2 can run down that sideline. The reason why this is open and why player 2 is our number one option is because most of the defense should be towards the left side of the field, which will allow us to have a line of running or an area where we can get downfield with player 2. And if he's faster than his defender, he should be able to gain 10, 15, 20 yards or more. Now this next play is kind of similar. What we're going to be having is player 2 doing the exact same line. We're going to be having player 1 do the exact same line. However, what we're going to be having is player 5. He is going to be curling in, and same was player 4. He's going to be curling in. Instead, however, player 5 is going to be cutting out towards the left sideline, and we're going to be having player 4 then cut downfield. We're going to be now having also player 6 cutting 5, 10, 15 yards downfield, depending on your age group, and he's going to be then cutting out towards the left side. And we're going to be having player 3 curl at the 10-yard line towards the left side. Again, this is leaving this whole right side open for player 2 to get that ball and run downfield. Now, our final play that can get us a bit more yardage is player 2 is going to be doing the exact same line as before. Player 1 is going to be doing the exact same line as before. However, there is one main difference, and that is we're going to be having player 3 doing the exact same line, just opposite of player 2. And one of 3 things is going to happen. If you're allowed to have a dribble handoff with player 2 or player 3, that can happen in this area or here. If you're not allowed to have a handoff, what's going to happen is we're going to be having player 1 be able to pass to one of those 2 players in those locations. Meanwhile, what we're going to be having is player 5, 6, and 4 cutting straight downfield. And what we're hoping for here is to have a 10 to 15 yard gain with players 2 or 3, or player 1 can also be looking downfield, and if one of these 3 players is much faster than their defender, they can now get the Hail Mary downfield. Basically, this last play is a guarantee for some kind of yardage. Now, I hope that these football plays help your team win more games. If they do, let us know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys again in our next video.